Afternoon, everyone. This is Rav Desai with the Tropical Update for Monday, October 1st, 2018. I apologize for not having uploaded anything recently, as I have been busy the past few days over this weekend. But the good news is that the tropics have not been that active recently, so there hasn't been much that I did miss. But if you do take a look at the wide view of both the Atlantic and the East Pacific today, on this afternoon, we can see that we have Tropical Storm Leslie here spinning in the central Atlantic as it has been for the past several days, continuing to gain some strength, but also just meandering and not really moving much. We also have Tropical Storm Rosa now, which is about to make landfall, and we also have Tropical Storm Sergio here in the southeast Pacific. Now, if you take a look at Tropical Storm Rosa, you can see that it's definitely deteriorating now as it is heading into much cooler waters and higher wind shear. And it's only a minimal tropical storm now. The wind is 40 miles per hour. But it is bringing some very heavy rain to areas on the northern Baja California peninsula and into the U.S., even into areas of Southern California and Arizona. And if you take a look at the cone, the 5-day path, you can see that it's forecast to make landfall sometime this evening on the Baja California, on the Baja Peninsula, and then it will be heading into the Gulf of California briefly, and then we'll make a second landfall, most likely here in northern Mexico, and then what's left of the storm at that point will be heading into southwestern Arizona, and then we're bringing some heavy rain and some flooding to that area. If you take a look at Tropical Storm Sergio, it's almost a hurricane now with winds of 70 miles per hour. And it's forecast to become a major hurricane by Thursday, but the good news is that it does not look like it will be impacting land, at least not anytime soon, as it's heading north and west away from any land masses, which is definitely good news. And if we take a look at the Atlantic right now, you can see that Leslie is really the only game in town at this point. There's not really anything else to talk about. There's no other areas of disturbed weather, invests, or depressions or anything. It's just Leslie as the tropics are finally beginning to quiet down after a busy month. September was definitely a busy month. We had 6 named storms, but now things do look to quiet down as we head into October and as the hurricane season as a whole starts to quiet down, as things do typically start to deteriorate or start to decline activity beginning in October, and especially as we get towards the end of the month. But there is definitely still some time to have some more tropical activity. And if you take a look at Tropical Storm Leslie, at the moment, it is a tropical storm with winds 60 miles per hour at the moment. It is now fully tropical. As you can see, it's no longer a subtropical system. It was a subtropical system for much of its life, but has finally ditched that name and has become a tropical storm now. It's moving southwest at only 5 miles per hour, so this thing is moving very slowly, drifting to the south and west. And if you do take a look at the 5-day cone, it's going to continue to drift southward over the next several days. It's forecast to become a hurricane. And then it's going to just head basically straight north. It's going to kind of form like a check sort of shape. It's a very, very interesting and strange track. But the good news is, that it is forecast to not impact any land whatsoever, not even close to any land masses, which is definitely good news. It may, however, bring some swells and rip currents to the East Coast and for Bermuda. Apart from that, there shouldn't be any direct impacts, which is good news. If you take a look at why the Atlantic is so inactive right now, apart from Leslie, it really has to do with mostly wind shear. As you can see, judging by these red colors, indicated by these red colors indicates high wind shear, 40 to 50 to up to 60 knots even in some locations. And you can see that the entire Caribbean is covered with this high wind shear, this unfavorable conditions for tropical storm development. Because there are some thunderstorms popping up here in the southern Caribbean, but with wind shear 40 to 50 knots, there's no way that's going to become organized and develop into anything. The only areas of favorable conditions right now are in the Gulf of Mexico and in the western Atlantic here near the Bahamas and Florida, but there's no thunderstorm activity right there at the moment, and there's dry air, so because of that, nothing is going to be forming there, at least not anytime soon. But if we take a look at the future, if we take a look at the European model, the 12Z run, we can see what it shows for the next 5 days. And apart from Leslie, indicated here by the low pressure of 999 millibars, um, apart from Leslie, it really does not have any new development. It has an area of low pressure here, just north of Honduras, and that may develop into something, but the European does not have any tropical systems apart from Leslie within the next 5 days. But on the GFS, it's another story. If we take a look at the GFS model and put it into motion, you can see that it also has an area of low pressure here, just south of Jamaica, so a little bit east of where the European had it. And it does have a closed circulation, so it develops at least a depression here. I don't think this will be a tropical storm just yet, but it does at least develop a tropical depression in the Caribbean by day 5. So there is a threat of a tropical activity within the next 5 days. And if we do take a look at the FV3, the new GFS model, the test run, the FV3 GFS does have looks like a tropical storm, a weak tropical storm because its pressure is only 1,004 millibars, but it does have a tropical storm nonetheless by day 5, just west of Jamaica. So it's definitely a threat for some development around the day 4 to 5 region. And we'll have to keep watching and wait and see what happens with that system. Taking a look at the current forecast for the northeast region, you can see that we had some clear conditions over the past weekend. It was a very nice, beautiful weekend with temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s and partly sunny conditions. However, it does look like there's going to be some more rain approaching the area Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. However, once that clears out, it does look great for the rest of Wednesday, and then Thursday looks good. However, there's a slight chance for some rain showers again once Friday rolls around. And then after that, it does clear out again, but there is some rain coming again from the west for Sunday, and that's going to bring some more rain to this area Sunday, some more rain that's unneeded. It just looks like this pattern of frequent rainstorms is going to keep continuing at least through the first half of October. Another thing that will be continuing is the warm temperatures, the abnormally warm temperatures. As you can see today, it is forecast, or at this point, this is a 12-0, so this did already happen. But yeah, we did have highs of the mid to upper 70s, around 80 degrees for much of the mid-Atlantic region. But it was very chilly here in New England, New York, and New Hampshire, Vermont. Those areas had highs only in the upper 40s to 50. So it's definitely a big contrast in temperature there. But if you do take a look at the next several days, you can see that it does stay warm and summer-like for much of the region, with temperatures hovering around the 80-degree mark through Tuesday and Wednesday. It's a little bit cooler, but then Thursday it does warm up again to mid to upper 80s, even around 90 here in Maryland and Virginia, around the DC area. And Friday, it does start to cool down a little bit, though, with temperatures back into the 60s, more seasonable conditions for this time of the year. And then Saturday, it stays seasonable, but there's some more warm air coming from the west, from Ohio and Pennsylvania. That's going to be bringing warmer conditions for Sunday and for the foreseeable future. So it does not look like that fall is going to be sticking around anytime soon, and it just looks like summer is going to be continuing, at least for the first week of October. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.